Before we begin the video, I want to start off by saying two things. The first thing that I want to say is shout out to Keek and Kibitz for providing us with the screenshots that we're going to be using for this video to talk about Riley and Violet. The second thing that I want to say is that once upon a time, somebody said to me that somebody that loves you or loved you would only ever wish the best for you and never wish any harm upon you because they care about you and that's how much they loved you. But anything else means that person's feelings for you was never really truly love, at least not the pure, healthy type of love. Now, with that being said, we're about to now witness Riley doing what he can to drag Violet under the freaking bus. Why? Because he wants people to see him as the better person in their relationship. But as you know, with Riley, he's always hell-bent on proving a point or at least getting answers that he believes that he deserves because he's unable to move on from certain situations. Now, I will also say this at the same time. English is not Violet's first language, so as I am reading these screenshots, I want you just to understand that the reading isn't necessarily because my reading is generally terrible. It's generally because Violet's English is a bit off, you know what I mean? And to be fair, so is Riley's a little bit too. Normally, I would kind of try not read all the screenshots, but this one I really want to do that for you guys because I really want to emphasize on certain things that have been said and all them kind of things. So please do sit back, relax, hit the subscribe button. Come on now, and like the video and get ready to comment. Because I'm pretty sure you're all gonna have your own opinions as well. Now, with that being said, in this first screenshot itself in particular, we start off with Riley. Riley starts off at the top by saying, "I said our business. I bought a damn coffee shop for you, Violet, because you asked me for it, and this was before the show came about. How else can we have helped business?" Violet responds by saying, "I told you, I do not want to be war with you just because you had commented bad to me. If you delete, I will delete. Before that, when we afternoon 2 months ago, 2 months, new together, not after we fight together. In the romantic date, why you asked Tiffany to ask me?" And listen, to be honest with you, for me personally, I can never really get over that part there where Riley went out of his way to get somebody else to question Violet. I mean, look at it this way. If you truly love Violet and you truly wanted to be with Violet, you would have never got somebody else to get involved in your business. What happens in your relationship happens in your relationship. It has nothing to do with anybody else. And if you're unable to get the answer that you need from the person that you're trying to get answers from, you simply just say, you know what, I'm going to walk away and keep my head high and just stop this, because I do not want to put myself in a position where I am now confronting the person that I supposedly want to be with a friend, because that is flat out an ambush. But anyway, we continue. Now, in the next one itself in particular here, continues from the last one. I wanted to spend nice time to you. And let's be honest, throughout this season, yes, Violet has been very challenging, but you cannot say that she did not try, or she wasn't at least trying to spend time with him. She wasn't at least trying to get to know him. She wasn't at least trying to maybe change her opinion on him. But the whole time when she was trying to do that, well, Riley just kept going back to the same question time and time again. Someone that wants to be with someone wouldn't do that. And let me tell you something right now, ladies and gentlemen. A man that wants you will make sure that he'll make sure that you know that he wants you. He will not try and keep cornering you with the same question time and time again. Trust me when I tell you. I told you, let me answer that later. And did you hear me? The more you say I'm bad, the more people will judge you and look down on a man's generosity. Like I said, if it's no longer each other's, we don't interfere in each other's lives. Do not speak ill of each other. Leave all comments by strangers. Why do you have to make bad comments about me to satisfy you? Tomorrow, I will ask my daughter to delete Instagram. Listen, right now, is there any lies being told right now? Is there any lies being told by Violet in this situation? To be honest, I don't know why he thought it'd be a good idea to actually post these, because right now, it has not started off on a very good path for Riley, if you dig what I'm saying. But Riley will always be Riley, and that is his biggest downfall. And that's kind of a sad thing to say. Now, moving on here. I will disappear from everything, including this life. Goodbye. There is no There is no me in this life. We see who else you can speak ill of and who you are willing to fight. Wish you a happy life. Wish you have a happy life. And listen, let's just process the fact that, Violet has been trying to move away from this conversation. She's trying to move away from this man. But as you know, Riley has a bad habit of having to overstand. And you know what though? I really dislike it when people start to project their own life into people's storylines, because some of the comments that I got in the most recent video around Riley were quite interesting. And I'm sitting thinking to myself, well, just because you know someone that's been through this or you cannot relate the same situations, because what we are seeing is a man that has traveled all the way to Vietnam to confront a woman. Make that make sense. Like, yo, if this wasn't in a TV show, you know what this would be called, right? Think about that. But anyway, obviously Riley comes in by saying, "Crybaby, you're a child pretending to be a woman. You will be alone forever as long as you blame everyone else for your poor behavior and not take responsibility." Okay. You want everyone to think that you're sweet and innocent as long as I am the one looking like the psychopath. Okay, but the moment I give context to the situation and prove how disrespectful, hurtful, dishonest you were to me, you run and hide. You literally have a whole group of people thinking I'm some type of controlling, insecure person. Literally have to defend myself from these idiots weekly because they use the hate for me and your weaponized tears as justification. Okay, going back to what I said at the very beginning of this video. If somebody loved you or loves you, or at least cares about you, they would not wish anything bad upon you. And most certainly, they would not say such ridiculous things. So here's the thing though. Why is it that Riley's so fixated on fixing his image? Where does he benefit? Like, bro, you're trying to fix your image to people who you don't know personally, you know? And like, why? And to do this, you're choosing to drag someone else under the bus. Like, make that make sense. You talk about being disrespectful. Well, right now you're being disrespectful. You talk about being a psychopath. I mean, right now you're showing someone, I guess, some of those tendencies, because at the end of the day, the woman has said to you time and time again, goodbye. I will leave you now. Okay? She said that, but yet you are not willing to allow her to go away. If she is this person who's a psychopath, this person that is disrespectful, this person that is dishonest, this person that has hurt you, then why do you keep badgering her? Anyone that is disrespectful to me, you think I'm going to badger them? No, I'm going to walk away. Like, come on now, let's make it make sense. But you see, Riley though, Riley just has to overstand. But anyway, we continue. Now, Riley continues here by saying, "You literally threw me under the bus with your mother and the world, and just once did you ever defend me and admit that you were the one creating the unnecessary drama that everyone is seeing until they show how you really are, and now it's a problem." Interesting. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think, to be honest with you, most of the time when people go and visit people's families, usually the mother or the father or the siblings sometimes will question you regardless. So I don't really know why he's talking about being thrown under the bus in that situation, to be honest with you. And let's be real, when it comes to TLC, when it comes to the 90 day, usually, someone gets thrown under the bus or the family can interrogate you to make the show good. You dig what I'm saying? Now, of course, I'm not saying that I agree with the fact that, that he was thrown under the bus. I'm not saying I agree with that to the slightest. I don't think that is a good thing. I wouldn't want to be in that situation at all. But again, this is a reason of why he should be the one saying to Violet, "You know what? I've tried, but you've done this to me, so I'm gonna go." Or at least say I've tried to say I'm just gonna go. Not even explain anything, but the fact that it's Violet trying to get away from him, this is where the problem lies in this conversation. And why is he not seeing this? I don't understand. She's trying to move away from you, bro, but you just keep badgering. Like, are you a human or are you a badger? Like, make your mind up. Are you a man or are you a badger? If you want to be a badger, let us know. You know what I mean? Maybe God will transform you into a badger in your next life. I don't know. But anyway, at the same time, we move on here. So, Violet, I say this with every fiber of my being. I don't want you. I don't care if you don't like how you're being portrayed on one episode after I've been portrayed as a psychopath for 11 of them. And I truly hope you know that once I am legally able, I will expose every single lie, every single begging from me, backed back text you, sent my family, and every single fact that you that will prove that you're the real narcissist, selfish, rude, and untrustworthy person that this show has ever seen. Again, even if these things are true, if you ever loved or cared for this woman, why would you want to do that? Oh, to make yourself look good? You talk about a real narcissist. You talk about being selfish. Sorry, but as far as I'm concerned, someone that is hell-bent to expose someone is the person that is selfish. Is a person that is more or less narcissist, because all you're thinking about is me, and guess who else? Me. Now, again, though, you gotta understand something here, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I'm not saying that Violet is none of these things. There's a good chance that she potentially is some of these things. But who's the one out here running riot on the public platform trying to make someone else look like the complete devil? You know, here's the thing. It's funny. I'll tell you something real quick here. When I was teaching children, this is what I used to always say to them. If a kid was to get hit by another child, and then the kid responded by hitting another child. Now, I used to say to the kid who did the retaliation, I didn't see that the other person hit you, but I saw you hit them. So now who's in trouble? The kid would say me. And I said, why are you in trouble? He goes, I don't know. Because I saw you hit the other one, and therefore I have the proof that you've done it. I cannot tell off the other child now because, well, I didn't see them. Okay, so what should you have done? And this is why I like to give the child a choice. And they go, maybe walk away or maybe tell the teacher. And I said, exactly. You have a choice. The choice is either you can walk away or you can come and tell the teacher and we can sort it out. But the choice that you don't make is retaliating. Because at the end of the day, when you retaliate and then it makes you look like you're the one who's the bad person in the situation, then who's in trouble? Yourself, right? Exactly. That's the reality of it. And this is what's happening right here with Riley. He needs to grow the F up. But growing up for this man seems to me as if he's past that stage in his life. But anyway, finishes off here by saying, you really got me looking fudged up out here, and the idiotic bloggers and their sheeple followers are really buying your BS. I'm snitching the first chance I get. Oh my goodness gracious me. A black man talking about snitching. God damn, man. Wait, what's going on, Gunner? What's going on, bro? You a rat now. 6ix9ine. This guy is so pathetic. I'm snitching. Oh my god. Well, the crazy thing about it, okay, let's talk about the snitching aspect of it, okay? So this goes back to my point, or the example that I gave when I was teaching, right? Here's the thing. If you felt like at the end of the day this woman was doing you wrong, you could have easily just walked away. You know what I mean? Like, come on now, man. Like, But anyway, we continue. Now, obviously with kids, you're teaching something different, do you know what I mean? But anyway, so obviously, as you can see, Violet's obviously now back in the conversation. She goes, you really hate me? And obviously she tries to call him, and he goes, I don't hate you. I just don't like the person you are and feel that you're toxic to me. Interesting, because the energy you're giving is toxic, but okay. I don't do anything toxic to you just because you always think that. You literally can't apologize for lies. It hurts your soul to admit that you lied to me multiple times. Everything you say is a lie. You always open my mouth. I care about you. I like you. I care and want to help you. Now, here's the thing. There's a good chance that maybe Violet's trying a lot of BS. She may be trying to gaslight him. Who knows, right? But there's a good chance that also what she's saying could be generally true. And when you're looking at the context in front of us, I don't see Violet talking smack to him. I don't see Violet trying to, say to him, I'm going to expose you. You know what I mean? All I see is Violet trying to be peaceful. Okay? That's it. And all we see from him is trying to cause carnage. And this goes back to the point I made, like I said before, to how I would treat children. But also goes back to the point that I made at the very beginning of the video. If Riley cared for her, he wouldn't be doing this. And it's crazy because you see, in this situation, Violet is talking about how she cares for him, and that's why she's not treating him the way he is treating her. Sometimes in life, people can easily set you up to look like the villain if you allow them. So let's just say Violet is the villain in the situation. Either way, Riley is definitely walking into the path of looking like the villain. And for some reason, he's not seeing it. And I wonder why. Is it because he hasn't got to the stage yet where he can overstand? I mean, like, come on, man, let's get a grip here. Let's get a grip. We are all grown-ups. And for some reason, we're dealing with a man that doesn't know how to grow up. Now, of course, he says, it's sad actually. I believe that you live and care for me, but you also lied and made me think that I can never trust you. Well, move on then. It's not hard. It's not rocket science, is it now, ladies and gentlemen? Come on. I told you, I really say apologize, but it's not a lie. It is from the mistake that I am also a victim. It doesn't come from my calculation. I'm just sorry. I haven't told you the truth. What did I lie you again? And here's the thing. Again, her responses are very, very sensible. Very, very, appropriate, I have not read anything here that has her insulting him. There has not been a point where she's called him a psychopath. There's not been a point where she's called him a narcissistic, if anything. Do you know what I mean? There isn't really a point, even when it came to a toxic, that was something that was referenced to himself. You see what I'm saying? Like I said before, if Riley is the villain, either way, she's playing this very, very well, and Riley continues to do what? To fall into it. I care so much. I care you so much. If I don't care for you, I never talk. I never want to talk, or from Vietnam, US only to meet you. You know how much I love you. Continues here by saying, but you always haunted my ex-girlfriends who cheated on me. What? But you always haunted my ex-girlfriends who cheated on me. You always doubt I love you. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Nope, I'm haunted by how you treated me when I visited the embassy lie and the married lie. How can you be haunted by someone though? Like, let's make this make sense. Like, bro, you know what though? I'm gonna let you guys process that one for what it is, because for me, I'm just reading complete BS. It seems to me as if it doesn't matter what Violet says, Riley is on a mission to try and trigger her to speak to him in a certain way that then exposes who she truly is based on his perception of who she is, if you dig what I'm saying. It's like the way he's literally, no matter what she says, every response is da-da-da-da-da. Boy, he needs help. You also know that I love you and have never thought of any benefit from you. You also understand I want to spend my life taking care of and loving you. Why don't you open your heart? Love me from my good as well as my bad. Like me though, you also have, but it's not good. But when I fell in love, I still accepted and learned together that there's no reason to stick to small mistakes in your heart. We are humans, not fairies, but Buddhas do make mistakes. Riley responds. And most of all the texting my father those horrible things, knowing that he almost died and was recovering because you were mad that I exposed your lie. You see what I mean? Like, what is going on here? Like, no matter how much she tries to speak to him in a respectful manner, every response he has is just a badgering. And I said it before in the most recent episode, Violet's trying to talk to him and all he's doing is throwing angry faces, frustrated faces. I actually think this man needs anger management, to be honest with you. That's what I generally feel like, but we continue. I told you there's so many screenshots here. It's gonna be a long video. That's why I said sit back, relax. I hope you're still here though, and so far I hope you've also liked the video, please. Okay, and if you're new to the channel, please do make sure you subscribe. But also here we continue. You also know that I love you. Oh no, sorry, I've already read that bit. My apologies. I told no lie. Married, no lied. I explained, but you didn't hear. And to be honest, there's a very good chance that anything that she told him, that there's a good chance he didn't hear, because let's be honest, Riley only hears what he wants to hear, and Riley only focuses on what he wants to know. He never really focuses on what's actually happening, because like I said before, throughout the season, it has been very obvious, in my opinion, and it's the same way as Violet said in this context here, that all she was trying to do with him was spend time with him. That's what she was trying to do with him the whole time. To be apart from when she took him to her home, and of course the mother obviously, asked him questions and things like that, and she ran the bus. For the most part, all she's ever said is, "I just want to go on a date. I want to go do this with you." Da 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 da. Okay. And every step of the way, each time they've gone on every single date, Riley has ruined it with questions because he wants to freaking overstand. For me personally, the point that he drew the line, I mean, he drew the line in multiple places, but for me, it was the point when he got his friend involved. That was, for me personally, way too far, But for me personally, the fact that he even flew to Vietnam to interrogate her, that was too far enough. But anyway, we continue. I admit to texting your dad, partly write about how I feel about you. Part wants to ask for advice from an elderly person about the assessment with you. Part of that moment was too angry with you. This I am wrong. I am willing to admit fault, but you promised me you wouldn't let the past affect us. Do you lie too? I respect our feelings that time. Same that time you cursed me for being a bitch, for being a cheater, for being an a-hole. But I never put on the show the messages you sent in Messenger because I personally respect your feelings at that point. And these are good points though. These are good points. Because at what point has she really been doing any of these things to him? Just what I'm saying. And listen, right now she's obviously owned up to her shiz. You know what I mean? She may not necessarily said sorry, but she's owned up to something, right? And this is what he wanted. But Riley gives me he's the kind of person that gives him the perception of like, it doesn't matter how much you give him what he wants, he's gonna find something new to moan about. Like he's like the reverse of men. Like, you know how men will be like, it doesn't matter how much you give a woman what she wants, she always finds something to complain about, right? Riley's like the reverse. That's stereotypical nonsense. But we continue. Now in this one itself in particular, as you can see, he bounces back, and she starts off by saying, I know that time I feel is not nice, and certainly not in the future. I would come in front of him to tell him what I think and explain what I did. I am willing to admit my fault and accept his punishment for hurting him. Last time I wanted to see him, but we don't have time. And as you can see, Riley then comes in with a picture of his father. And then this is the context here, and we are now at the last screenshot. It's been a journey, but we're here now. This was my father 2 months in the hospital. 3 weeks after he got out, you sent him a text that made him stressed and almost had him to go back into the hospital. Let me ask you, if it was your mother and I did not, and I did what you did then, didn't say I would regret it. When you asked, would you forgive me? Not only my fault, he had problems with his heart, with his health before we argued. we don't blame like that in Vietnam. And to be honest with you, listen, I'm with her. To be honest with you, the fact that he's trying to make Violet feel bad in this way is actually quite pathetic. He's using his dad as a tool. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. Like I said before, this man is hellbent in one of the most unhealthiest ways I've ever seen in my lifetime. I've never seen such behavior, to be honest with you, especially, like I've never seen it for any of my friends, you know what I mean? Like, this is nuts. Riley needs freaking help, man. And I don't know why he thought that these screenshots was gonna help his case. I don't know why he thought this screenshot was gonna make Violet look like the villain. Like I said before, at the end of the day, I'm not ignoring the fact that Violet has shown herself to be rude at times. I'm not ignoring the fact that she has shown herself to throw under the bus at the times. I'm not ignoring anything that she has done that isn't necessarily the best of behaviors. But the matter of the fact, it does not change the very simple thing. This man decided to be a parcel bro. He decided to find a woman in Vietnam. And then the whole time he's been with this woman, he has complained about how she ain't this, she ain't that, but still wanted to fly all the way to Vietnam to do what? To go and question her. Why? Why did he need to go and question in Vietnam? He didn't need to do that. And then when he got there, because he wasn't getting answers that he wanted, he was crying like a little baby. And now we're in a situation where he's that upset. He wants to now come out online and expose it in this manner? Like, rah, this guy needs to get a grip. This is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. Like, wow. Oh my gosh. This is embarrassing. And from what I understand, apparently Kimberly wants a little bit of Riley. I mean, that makes sense because she's unhinged as well anyway. You know what I mean? Like, let me not say anything else before I start insulting people. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me know what you're thinking. Do you think that I'm tripping? Do you think that I've missed anything here, please? Because as far as I'm concerned, the proof is in the freaking pudding. And the proof is that Riley needs help. And it seems to me as if Violet was trying to just say, do you know what? I can't bother with this anymore. I'm just going to walk away. And he wasn't allowing it. And then after that, she then thought, okay, maybe I can, I don't know, be nice to him, whatever. Still didn't work. Nothing works to this guy. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now because now I'm just ranting like I'm just ranting now for the sake of it, like a baby, like baby Riley. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking down below in the comment section, and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.